The US President Donald Trump shares a New York Times article that links Israel's attack on a Hamas delegation meeting in Qatar on September 9th with the ceasefire talks starting in Egypt on Monday, and concludes that Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu tried to weaken his enemy, but the aggression had the opposite effect, infuriating the US and eventually leading to the Trump peace plan. The strike failed. One of its targets, senior Hamas leader and top negotiator Khalil al-Hayy, is now in Egypt for the ceasefire talks. The attack sparked Arab, Islamic and Gulf outrage and prompted a flurry of diplomatic activity at the Emergency Arab-Islamic Summit in Doha and the United Nations General Assembly in New York to pressure Israel.
When Netanyahu was in New York, it looked as if the Americans are running the show, something that the Hamas cannot accept. But now we understand that the American mediation is being balanced by Turkey and Qatar.
The Board of Peace.
What followed was a 20-point plan towards ending the war announced by President Trump, including elements previously rejected by Netanyahu, a man who thwarted several ceasefire deals. Another force behind the Trump plan is a growing support for Palestinians and criticism of Israel around the globe and in the US.
Canada recognizes the state of Palestine.
In September, 10 Western countries, including G7 members, France, Canada and the UK, recognized Palestine as a state. This wave of recognitions is believed to have been prompted by public outcry against Israel's genocide in Gaza. The recognitions are part of a Saudi-French initiative which also includes an international force and Palestinian Authority reforms. And some of these elements made their way into the Trump plan, signaling, some say, a dramatic change in the US position.
Which version of Donald Trump or which Donald Trump administration is going to show up in Cairo this week? Is it going to be the Trump administration that has sometimes forced Israel to do things that it hasn't wanted to do, that has sometimes clashed with Israel? Or is it going to be the Trump administration which has basically allowed Israel to do whatever it wants?
Trump has recently said that Netanyahu's actions in Gaza went too far, that the US will work to restore the international support for Israel. One step would be ending the war. But many say without American pressure, that prospect remains elusive. Nida Ibrahim, Al Jazeera. Don't miss out and get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.